The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The Book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered 12. Covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Happy Easter Monday, everybody. What's up? Welcome into another episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault. We are live on our YouTube channel and X at Boston versus the Book for both of those. If you guys are watching the replay on Sports Grid TV or listening on Sirius XM, how are you guys? Channel 159 each and every night here for us. We got a lot to get to. We have a new website you guys can go check out. We've got a bunch of games to break down, but how are you, sir? How was your Easter?
Oh, it was good. It was busy. It was fun. I saw the kid. The Big Consig is back at her school in New Jersey. Late night last night, she took the red eye. That was the first time that you experience a kid being home from college and then saying goodbye. So that was kind of different.
Melancholy?
I mean, a little bit for me, but it was so matter of fact, like they just made it matter of fact. So it was good. Did you guys have did you do anything Easter dinner wise? Did you do anything?
No, it was pretty calm. I mean, Easter money showed up at the house, so came in and put all the eggs all over the place. So we did that, and I did not do ham this year. We didn't do the traditional Easter dinner type of thing, but I did go out and I went out and grabbed dinner and realized that like everything's closed. It was just like
surprisingly, everything away from the strip is closed.
Yeah, it was interesting. So I ended up grabbing dinner at, I mean, a couple places are open that I went and grabbed dinner at, but it was funny because I was kind of just like, oh, right, it's Easter night. No one's going to be open on Easter night.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think Easter is for me, I've never been home for Easter. I've always been gone. So, because this is always the final 4 week, Sweet 16 week, there's always something going on NCAA tournament wise or Masters wise or something. So Thanksgiving and Easter are both big holidays for my family in New England, but not a big holiday for me because I've never been really home. So Christmas is the big one. That's when I always go home and I'm always there for Christmas. But Easter is always sort of just like, hey, hi, what are you guys doing? Like, calls and FaceTimes and whatnot, and nothing too crazy. But we got a lot of things to get into. But you guys, if you haven't seen, SoCal DGen is doing some amazing work for us. It's a simple website, but it's going to be what we're going to run a lot of stuff off of in the future. So thebvbshow.com is up.
Yes.
And live.
Yes.
There's an email submission form in there. If you have questions, you guys can go ahead and do that and put that in. We've got links to a bunch of different stuff. We'll have Brigade proxy service. We're going to do scheduling for appointments, and we're going to do different things through that website as we go throughout the spring and the summer. So bookmark it, thebvbshow.com. It's also where you can get right to the Discord channel. So if you haven't joined the Discord channel, the website's there. Click on the join. It takes you right there. It'll fill everything out for you. You can figure out how to join the Discord channel. You can get in there as well. So right now, or before, it was a direct link to the Discord channel. When you put thebvbshow.com in, now there's a link from the website into the Discord channel. So good job on a SoCal DJ.
It's not an April Fool's joke.
No,
this was being done kind of just behind the scenes. And again, like Nikki Ciramello, I see you in the chat. We've met SoCal DGen. He's came to the last summer's live show, hung out. He just did what Sonic did with the overlays. He did what Mikey Awesome does with the video clips. It's kind of just building. He said, I'm going to build the website. And
SoCal, yes, there's a traditional Easter dinner. Yes.
Yeah.
Ham is your traditional Easter
Of
dinner.
course.
Ham and vegetables basically is your traditional Easter dinner. It's not just chocolate and eggs.
I don't know. I might be eating ham until Friday. I don't know. Deb thinks grandma's, still cooking like there's 25 people coming over.
Nice.
And she made all this food. And it's like, she asked me, David, are you done eating? I'm like, Deb, I'm full. I can't eat anymore. I'm good.
The full blown like spiral ham. She make the whole thing.
No, I don't know. She cut it up.
Okay. Yeah.
It was not like the usual deal. But
sandwiches for days.
It's crazy. But yes, so the ham and all that stuff. But the website is awesome because we're gonna kind of make it our central location home.
Yeah.
We got, the proxy service. There's a text number. It's on there, 702-570-8255. I've been texting, and literally the lady at the post office, she loves me now. She's like, hey, good morning. Saw me this morning. Got some other bunch of hats off to some people back east. What was the state I sent to today? Oh, Texas.
Nice.
Joe C. Myers got a box coming.
Very cool.
Sergeant first class. So it's great. And it's a way for you guys to get into Discord, which everything is thebvbshow.com now. Officially. It's perfect.
Not Ohio State references, but yes, the BV show.
Not the Ohio State.
We're not doing that for that reason. No. It's other reasons why we did the bvbshow.com for that. Where are you on April Fool's jokes? Because I have been adamant because it's the beginning of my birthday week. And I always have to deal with the stupidest day of the year. I mean, there are some bad days. I don't like Valentine's Day. Somebody texted me this morning and said, are you going to have an anti-April Fool's rant like you did on Valentine's Day? So it's not going to be that aggressive, but I do think this day is even more stupid than Valentine's Day. I hate this day.
I'll give you about 15-second rant for April Fool's Day if you need it. But we're going to do two things. We're going to bet me to say this first swear word today.
Okay.
Because, sorry, Will, I fucking hate April Fool's Day. It's silly. I never liked it as a kid. I can't stand it as an adult. And as somebody who relies on information on the socials, I tell the truth. I mean, I like to be sarcastic and joke, but it's dumb.
Right. Like people are in the chat are saying that somebody passed away. My first inclination is, are you sure? I don't believe anything today. I don't believe a single thing. I don't care what news breaks today. I don't believe any of it. And that pisses me off that I have to go, wait, are we serious? Like, did this really happen or did it not? Because I could see it being someone's stupid, dumb sense of humor going like, let's float a rumor that so-and-so died. Oh, haha, April Fools. Yeah, that's really funny.
I don't like it. I never did though. Like, it's just, this
is good.
My job today, and it took forever for them to respond. I think they thought I was joking. See what I mean? That's funny, Katie.
That's tremendous.
That's funny. That's funny. You know what's going to be funny too? When the Pirates beat the Orioles this weekend.
Ooh,
look
out.
Yeah, weekend series in Pittsburgh. Home opener Friday.
Look out.
Against Baltimore. I got a ticket waiting for me for the games. They said, you can come. We'll take you to the games. Oh, boy, here we go. I don't think they understand. But no, give the people something to vote for. A bunch of people filing in right now. Do you like Valentine's, or do you like, not Valentine's Day,
April
Fool's Day? Yes or no? Simple. You watching the show live in the YouTube, you'll be able to pop up a poll. I think we get more no's.
Did you say pop up a poll?
Pop up a poll. Pop up a
yes,
poll.
Yes, I know.
P-O-L-L. Very important. The spelling. Do you like April Fools? I am leading the no charge.
I am leading the no charge too. I hate today. I absolutely cannot stand that every tweet, everything we read, every story has to be stopped with, wait, what is this? Is this real? Is this true? I mean, even Circa decided today to put out their thing saying they're now a 31 plus sports book.
Yeah. Well, they're live in Kentucky.
Are they? Are we sure? Are we
Well,
positive? I don't know. Is that true?
Yeah, Benson
I don't know.
tweeted it and
Anything that comes out today, like anything that is out there, I am questioning, going, I don't know. Is that true? Is that real? It's dumb.
I don't like it.
No.
I really don't. I don't like it at all.
As soon as this day is over, I'm because I know so many people who are born between April 1st and April 10th. It's insane how many people I know over the next 10 days. Multiple people every single day. April 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. I have no idea what our parents were doing in the summers, but clearly they were having some good times, and kids arrive, 9 months later. So that's how April kids get born and why there's so many people in April. It's wild. I know so many Aries. I don't know why, but I just do. So I want this day to be over so we then can go back to our normally scheduled lives.
I like doing the opposite a lot of times. So today we'll tell the truth. We'll make recommendations. we'll be honest. But we do that every day. We don't have to change.
True.
That's what people come here to watch the show for. Enjoy the show, like the clips, download our podcasts, all kinds of different things. Join the Discord.
Yep.
All kinds of things happen. Before, you were talking about someone passing away, Vontae Davis. That's definitely that happened.
Okay.
That's going around right now. Over the weekend, I believe it was Friday, Louis Gossett Jr. passed away.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. Late early 80s, mid 80s, I forget. Did you ever see the movie Digstown?
Of course.
Such a classic movie. Gotta pay homage to Honey Roy Palmer in the movie. Guys, if you haven't seen it, we got a lot of youngins.
Oh, you can see it. Digstown's a phenomenal movie.
Digstown is a gambling movie. It's about, boxing and
don't spoil it, but yes.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor. I'm giving you on April Fool's Day an honest, classic movie that you need to watch. Digstown. Louis Gossett Jr.
It's a good flick.
By the way, bet over on my hat changes today.
Okay. Ask the BVB show at gmail.com, WV Punch Drunk. And all the information you guys need for the show or anything else, it's always underneath. It's always on the bottom line. So if you ever need anything from us, it's always scrolling at the bottom line. Email address and Discord channel, website, everything else. You guys can get it on the bottom line. If you're watching live, if you're watching on Sports Grid, you guys are getting the Sports Grid ticker. If you're watching live, you get our ticker. So ask the BVB at gmail.com is our email address.
Right. Our ticker does not appear on the replay.
Yeah, Sports Grid puts their own ticker on it. So on the replay of it. So if you guys, you have a bunch of questions.
Chats, by the way, stepped up on Friday.
They did. And this is what they're meant for, because there's a bunch of questions in the chat already about futures and how to bet this and what about that? What about that? That's what this is for. Okay. It's for, if you want us to break down a game that's not on the rundown, go ahead and send a super chat. We'll do it in bonus time once we say goodbye to SiriusXM and to Sports Grid. So those are always available. If you're watching live on YouTube, there's a little button you can press in the bottom left-hand corner that will set that up for you guys to get a question answered on that. No show on Friday. Just FYI, I'm headed to Chicago. I am going to be, I don't know how cold I'm going to be. I just think I'm going to be very cold. It's going to be really, really, really cold. And
I was trying to get a co-host / backup producer to do the show on Friday, just to have you call in
from
just to
Chicago.
Remote you
from
the situation you're going to be in, because the forecast has changed.
It's 44 degrees high. So
1 day switch.
Oh, it's huge. And maybe it switches back. Like maybe there's a little bit of the front's right there, but like at last look, which was last night, I'll look at it right now and tell you and see what the last look is. Yeah. It's 45 degrees. Now it's going to be gorgeous all weekend. Bright sunshine. It's raining and snowing on Wednesday, by the way, in Chicago. So like winter has not left Chicago, which is fine, which is, I figured as much, but Wrigley Field is, obviously, it's Wrigley, so it's a historic thing. I'm going to the Cubs on Friday, Blackhawks on Saturday. At least the Blackhawks game will be inside, so it'll be somewhat warmer. My over-under is 90 minutes. I've set that for myself as to how long I'll be at the game. So it's going to be one of those things
won't
where
even make it the first 5 bets.
no way. I'll be stunned. If I see the 6th inning, I'll be very, very surprised. That is very true. I will be surprised because I'm getting on a plane at 5 a.m. Pacific time, flying 3 hours to Chicago, going from Midway to the hotel, changing, going to the game. The chances of me wanting to be cold after that is going to be very, very small. I'm going to be like, what am I doing? I need to go get warm. So I'll probably walk around Wrigley, check out some of the things. The one thing I didn't do the 2 times I was at Wrigley is I didn't walk around the entire ballpark. Like I've just stayed kind of behind. Both times I had tickets behind home plate in the home plate area. So this time I'm down the left field line, and I will probably walk around a little bit more and check out Wrigleyville a little bit more and like experience stuff that are down there.
Yeah.
But no show on Friday. So Thursday will be roll call Thursday for this week. Just so you know, James Santoro will be with us from Rhythm on Thursday.
Yes.
Roll call Thursday. So no show on Friday coming up for us on that. All right, let's get to the weekend because there's a lot of things to talk about. And NC State just won't stop winning. Won 5 games in the ACC tournament in 5 days.
Yeah.
They beat Duke to reach their first Final Four since 1983.
Yes.
The year they won the national championship with Jimmy Valvano and the famous him running around the court looking for someone to hug and couldn't find anybody to hug, being the Italian that he was. He's like, somebody hug me, somebody hug me, somebody hug me, with the missed shot dunk put back championship win for NC State. What do you make of the Wolfpack? Like, what do you make of these kids? Because they just forgot how to lose. They've won 9 straight.
I need Mikey Awesome or somebody who's going to be here, one of the wrenches that's going to be here the whole time to count the hat changes for me today. They're all going to be pirate hats.
All of them?
Every single one is going to be a pirate hat, I think. Yeah, might be a surprise in there late, but
I got a Blackhawks hat yesterday from Lids.
Did you?
That it's your Mitchell Ness.
Yeah.
Originally $45.
Yeah.
$10.
Listen, you buy the bad team's hats, you get a lot of bargains. It's like the book. You sometimes, I mean, I got a couple yesterday.
It's funny. It's $10. It's like $10. I'm going to a Blackhawk game. I have a Cub hat, so I don't need to worry about the club hat. But if I need a Blackhawk, I need something Blackhawks related. $10. I was like, all right, yeah, give me the hat.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good move. So yeah, this isn't exactly red for the NC State Wolfpack, but
maroon.
Not really. I can't think of something more kind of absurd yet impressive than winning 5 games in 5 days in the ACC tournament, then winning 4 more, and it being a bank shot away
against Virginia
from losing to Virginia.
And being out of the dance.
The coach was going to get fired.
Yep.
All this other stuff. He's smiling every second of all of this, kind of sitting back. It's almost like they knew they were going to get here. Burns has been great. I mean, everything about them is fun. I love
it's weird too, because NC State obviously is an ACC school. Obviously, they've got high level talent.
Yeah.
But the way that DJ Burns was talking after the game, saying everything changed for us. No one's appearing. No one's coming in late. No one's talking back. Everyone's bought in. They must have been a complete cluster bleep during the regular season. Like, the talent was always there, but nobody was buying in. Like, something happened right before the ACC tournament where a switch got thrown, and they just know how to play with each other and are playing for each other. And the result has been incredible. I mean, I couldn't hold my water the whole game. I ended up hedging with Duke.
Hold on. You couldn't hold your water.
You ever heard that term?
No, I know what that means, but how to explain this in betting parlance?
Right. So I had a 14-1 on NC State to win the game against Duke
for half of a unit.
So I had 7 games to play.
7 units.
So I was.
So at halftime, you said, all right, it's time.
Not yet. No, I waited all the way until 10 minutes left. I waited till it got to minus 150. And then I pulled the trigger thinking, okay, Duke's not going to get run off the court. if I waited 4 more minutes, if I had waited till the next media
You'd
timeout,
have got plus
I would have gotten plus
500.
money, but it wouldn't have mattered because I would have put 3 units down anyway. Like I was always going to hedge 3 units. I was like that. I had budgeted that. Like I'm betting 3 units. So whatever I got back on the other side was fine. So it was bet 3 to win whatever at the number I was going to bet it at, and then win 4 if NC State won. So it would have been like 3 units to win 6, from Duke, and it would have been great. But I ended up losing. I ended up winning 4 units on that future. So it made up for a lot of the other futures that had gone down. So it was a good day. So it was a good hit. But I couldn't believe the way Duke fell apart. Like they just somebody said it on Twitter. They don't have a killer. They got a bunch of really good players, but when things start to slide, there was nobody that could go, give me the ball and stop. I got it. Stop. No one could do that for them.
You see it year after year after year in this thing. You got to have that. Whether it's one guy this night, another guy the next night, there has to be something where you go, all right, it's getting away from us. Throw the ball inside to the big guy, get him to the foul line, let him knock 2 down, set everybody down. Or you got some guy who's just sit in the corner and you're going to work a play or 2 to get him open. He's going to hit a shot. Everybody's going to calm down. It's hard. I mean, NC State is rolling.
Who's the face of this tournament? DJ Burns or Zach Edey?
I don't know. I haven't had as much fun as I had watching Connect and Edey yesterday trade blows. That was a heavyweight fight.
It was.
When I got the girls interested in the game, like even grandma said to me at one point yesterday, who's going to win this game? And I said, well, it's gone back and forth 3 times. The favorite has been the other team 3 times, back and forth, back and forth. And Kendall finally said, Purdue's going to win because of that big guy.
He's a big guy. He's a big guy who's really going the opposite of DJ Burns. I bring the question up because DJ Burns is all personality, and everything he is saying is it's like a revelation. I mean, the guy has investments. The guy he plays like 4 instruments. Like he's a modern Renaissance man who's always smiling. He's always happy. Zach Edey is going complete heel.
Yeah.
He's trashing coaches in his post-game press conferences.
Yep.
He's dropping F-bombs on CBS when he's being interviewed.
Yep.
He's like straight up, I hate all of you and I'm coming for your head.
Yes.
It's 2 completely polar opposite ways of being in the media. And I just wonder, like, as we get to Phoenix, who do people want to hear from more? Because like Edey's the WWE heel and Burns is like Hulk Hogan and like he's the guy everybody likes.
I think when you're the giant, when you're the big guy, you have 2 options. You can kind of be like Surly and, don't ask me what the weather's like up there anymore. Please just leave me alone. Or you become like Shaq, right? Like right? I mean, you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or you're Shaq. And let's see, Edey is the biggest red ass in the country right now. That's a good term. That's a good term.
That's what he is. Yeah. It's just every time he opens his mouth, he's just ripping on somebody. He went after like Rick Barnes in the post-game press conference, and Rick Barnes overlooked me. Coaches have overlooked me my entire career. They came in, he watched me, he overlooked me.
Yeah.
It's like, really? In this moment, your first Final Four since Gene Katie, and now we're coming up and we're dropping this right now? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
Listen, you got to figure out ways to justify or whatever sometimes.
Your motivation?
Maybe he's doing that in the locker room, right?
Oh, it's even worse. Oh, yeah. No, this is
charge.
Well, I think what it was is this team took a lot of heat all of last year. Matt Painter took a lot of heat. You lose to Fairleigh Dickinson as a 1 seed. You lose to a 16 seed. You're a laughing stock. You're a joke. You're a punchline. Every time you go on the road, every Big Ten fan base is making fun of you, pulling up FDU t-shirts and whatnot. So I think all of this is just a kid who got sick and tired of hearing everything. And now he's on the mountaintop and he can fire down. He can pay back those who did this and said this about their team. So he's just coming for retribution versus enjoying the moment. And because if you look at the NBA scouts, I mean, there's a lot of reports coming out today. Jeff Goodman had a very popular tweet today that said this is the worst NBA draft class of all time to most executives. They've never seen it so bad. And Zach Edey is going to be part of that draft class. So there may be, some type of charge or whatever it is going through it. I don't know. I'll be curious to see how he behaves this week in Arizona.
I don't know. Ask the chat. Who's the face? Is it DJ Burns or Zach Edey? Because nobody likes April Fools. That's 82% said no on April Fools. They're out. A lot of like-minded people in there. It's good.
It's good.
I mean, the answer to this question is they're 9.5-point favorites or 9-point favorites. Everybody's going to be rooting for DJ Burns.
100%.
NC State. And I mean, I'm wearing as many pirate hats as I can today during the show. They all have a P on them, and they're black and they're gold and everything else. But
Purdue-esque.
Purdue-esque.
Yeah, we'll get to the game. We'll get to the numbers here in a second. But what do you make of Purdue's performance? You mentioned Edey versus Dalton Connect. That was an unbelievable heavyweight fight. They were looking for a third scorer for Purdue. They couldn't find the second scorer for Tennessee. I mean, I felt bad for Zakai Ziegler because essentially the game plan was for Purdue. If Zakai Ziegler is going to beat us, so be it. And he couldn't. Just couldn't hit an open shot to save his life.
Nope.
Stunk.
They had him on the ropes. Tennessee had him on the ropes early.
And late, too. They had him on late, both.
I was going to say, so Purdue withstood it to get to the half. And then, Purdue was up 2 at the half. The end game was 3.5. It was right back on the number. Everything. Purdue started the second half and got away from him, and Tennessee came back. And, I mean, with 5 minutes to go, it was very much in question. And like you said, nothing. They couldn't get another basket from anybody else. Did you think the officiating was bad?
I mean, everyone. I didn't have a dog in. I had a Tennessee future, and I bet Purdue in game.
Yeah. And
once Tennessee went up, I came in and bet. I got -105 on Purdue, so it didn't matter to me who won the game. So I could see both sides. I think Zach Edey is a hard player to referee. Because Zach Edey,
impossible, isn't it? I mean, it's really hard
because it goes both ways, right? So Zach Edey goes in there and he's like a senior in high school playing against 8th graders. He just pushes everybody around. Just get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. And so if you're a Tennessee fan, you're going, this dude is clearing out large swaths of the paint every time, and no one's calling it.
Bam, bam.
But on the other side, if you're a Purdue fan, you're going on the offensive end. Every time Edey touches the basketball, he's getting hit, consistently getting hit, grabbed, pulled. So I don't know in college basketball I don't think they really know how to referee him. How do they keep it fair? Because on both ends of the floor, there's problems. So I don't know. Was it poorly reffed? Maybe. Or was it reffed well because they didn't know what to do and they let a lot of stuff go?
He had 40 points.
He did.
He shot a lot of free throws.
He did.
He shot an air ball.
He did.
Kendall saw it and was like, was that an air ball, bro? And I started laughing because the way she said it. And I said, I looked at her and I'm like, I don't even think you could hit the rim on a foul shot. She's like, that's not true.
Kendall?
He's 7'4". He can almost touch it.
He cut down the net without having to use a ladder.
Never seen that before in my life.
He cut down the net without having to use a ladder.
Never seen that before. I was like,
that was insane.
He's not using the ladder.
He doesn't need it. He just reaches
up and snip. What the?
You are literally a giant.
God.
Is he a cheat code? He is a cheat code, but I think that there's going to be a really interesting strategy for NC State as to how do you handle him? Because you have Burns, but you can't get Burns into foul trouble. So I wouldn't put Burns on Edey. I would put a smaller guy on him and then run double teams at him and just say, you know what? If he gets 40, he gets 40. It's everyone else you have to stop. Let Edey get 40. I have no problem with Edey scoring 40 against me. You can't allow the guards to go off. Like no one else can have double figures but Edey, and you can beat Purdue. Right. It's a dangerous game to play, but that's the only game I think you can play with this, because if you get Burns in foul trouble, they're dead. NC State's dead. They won't be able to, if you put him on the foul, if he misses like half the first half because he gets 2 quick fouls, see you later. Game's over. Can't play it. Alabama reached their first ever Final Four. They beat North Carolina and Clemson. What the heck happened to Clemson in that final 5 minutes? What was that?
Don't know.
That was a collapse. That was an absolute defensive. My under was good the entire way. At halftime, I bet over 151.5. So I was trying to middle it. I bet under 164.5 and over 151.5. And I thought I was good. I thought I was going to hammer right in the middle. It's going to fall 160 and we're all good. I'm going to knock down both bets. And then foul, free throw, shot, 3, turnover. I was like, you got to be kidding me. How is this? Like, what is going on here? How good's Bama? How good's Alabama? We know what Covey thinks of Alabama. He's on the Pied Piper train of leading the Bama.
Covey has been
all of Alabama.
Roll Tide for.
It's got 100-1 ticket on it, so I would be too.
Yeah.
But what do you make of it?
How are they going to beat UConn?
They're not.
Oh, it's done.
They went on a 30-0 run. Dave, you ever seen a 30-0 run in your
Never
career?
in my life. I mean, no, you know what? Run. I did actually. We were probably got a 40-0 run against us in a summer league.
Okay.
Up at Wilson Park when it was us. We couldn't get a shot off to the hoop. Like, it was bad. I felt bad. I'm like, wait, it was 23-23.
And then it was 53-23.
And then it was 53-23.
The best stat was during the broadcast. They said, we've gone 50 actual minutes between buckets for Illinois. 50 minutes. 5-0.
I was at Iggy's place on Saturday.
Right.
Iggy's from Chicago. He's got the Chicago feed of TV in his place here in Vegas. If you guys you go, I'm trying to work out something with him where we're going to incorporate him into the people that come to sign up for the service.
Oh,
for a brigade proxy service. Are going to get a lunch or something.
Nice. All right.
Some sort of deal. But so it's called Sicilian Guy's Pizza. I'm sitting there watching the game and he keeps looking up and he goes, "Why are you watching this?" He said, "It's over." And I said, "Listen, you don't even know basketball." And you're right. Like, it was done. I don't know who's going to beat them. I don't think it's going to be Bama.
I'll say this, though. We'll get to the number in a second, but the number is going to be tasty. Number's going to be 13 points, 12 points. It's going to be tasty to take the dog here on this.
I mean, the debate was to take the dog with Illinois.
It was, and then look what happened. I was on UConn. I thought UConn would kill Illinois just because
we talked a little bit, and I said, "Do you want to take Illinois against UConn? Like,
no.
When you wake up or after the game, you're going to go, oh, I mean, no. If UConn doesn't cover against Illinois, you have them, okay.
Yeah, that's the crazy.
Illinois, no,
that's
good.
A stat that's like, what? Only 2 made threes during a 30-0 run. That's insanity.
2 threes.
That's it. It wasn't like they bombed him out of the gym. Like, they didn't shoot that well. And they just dominated on every level. They dominated. So we have the Final Four that is set. Now, I took the NC State at 14-1 before NC State went and played their Elite Eight game or Sweet 16 game. They ended up winning the Elite Eight, win the next 2. What do you make of the
smoked Marquette?
Yep, Marquette was dead. 20-1, NC State. All they got to do is beat Purdue.
Uh-huh.
Can they beat Purdue?
All they got to do is.
And then you have a 20-1 in the national championship game, and you can go ahead and hammer all you want on UConn because UConn's probably going to be a 10-point or 15-point favorite, where the hell they're going to be. And you can unload on UConn, and you have a 20-1 NC State future. sitting there.
So what's the money line? Let's see. Money line for NC State is plus 350, about average price.
Mhm.
So get a parlay calculator, get that ready, do 350 and do plus 350 and plus 500. 2-game parlay.
That's 26-1.
You can take it and roll it over. And you don't even have to do the whole thing because you already win. Just bet them on the money line. 5 units or whatever. Take your shot and take the money line winnings and roll it over, and you're getting better odds. The future prices aren't always better.
But okay, so here's my question.
You're locking it in.
Yes.
With
a position where if you have 20 units to play in this scenario, you wouldn't be hedging. You'd be betting money line, rolling it over. You get 26-1 odds, but you could, if you take it now, you could hedge in the first game.
You can do whatever you want. If you take the money line in the first game, you can hedge out.
No, but if you take 20-1 to win it all, the national championship right now, you could hedge off of it in the first game.
Yeah, but you could also just bet the money line in their game Saturday and
in-game
it, or you could decide you don't want to roll over the whole thing and take some profit for your time.
Fair.
The reason you bet it in the future market is you think that UConn could lose because you're getting a way better price at 20-1 than if NC State wins and Bama wins. Then you're getting a great price.
My gosh, could you imagine Alabama, NC State for the national championship? That would be wild.
No, I'm so excited for Alabama because I was thinking about this while they were winning. I went, this is great. We get another sport where Alabama gets in to the semifinals of a championship.
At least they earned this one.
The eventual champion.
They earned this one, though.
They earned it?
Yeah, they earned this, at least.
I mean,
they won their way in.
Alabama.
Well, I know, but they won their way in. I have no problem with Bama being there. I'm not a very big fan of this Bama team. As I said before on Friday, I don't really like Nate Oates. I don't like Sears. I'm not a very big fan of the team, but they were the number 1 overall seed last year. Like, this is not a team that wasn't good last year. They were very good last year. They put it together, and much like Purdue, in a very similar way, they've got a thing out to go for revenge after what happened last year when they fell on their face.
Right.
So they're playing for redemption. They're playing for, if Alabama wins the national championship, yes, it's going to be ridiculous to think Alabama would have won a basketball championship.
If Alabama beats UConn, it'll be like winning the championship.
Fair.
How are they going to play the second game on Monday?
What's the number between Alabama and
play the Dragon? Like, UConn is invincible right now. I would be shocked. We talked about it. We got the YouTube shorts. We're getting a lot of views on those, but you're tweeting them on the show account and stuff. And we talked about the price drop. 2 games ago, UConn was plus 200 to win the tournament. 2-1. You're getting 2-1. Now you're laying 2-1. They got 2 games left. How about the books are telling you? Come bet against them, please.
12. What's a close at?
Oh, I think that's a top.
Oh, I think 13's the top.
Oh, I think 12. I think it's a lot of points.
It's been higher. I mean, 14's the high.
For a national semifinal game?
Final Four history, yeah. 14's the highest number.
My God.
And the dog covered.
Yeah. That's a lot of points.
In a Final Four. I mean, like, This is disrespectful on disrespectful, but it's because of what UConn has done.
Yeah.
They've led by 30 points or more in every game in the tournament.
Say that again for the people in the back.
They've led by 30 points or more in every game they've played so far in the tournament.
Doesn't make sense.
No, it really doesn't.
And now they're leaning into it too. Like Danny Hurley's talking about being
is he
an
talking?
annoying fan base. And
annoying. So we're annoying as shit.
And
he's right. He's absolutely right.
He's right.
At least he knows who they are.
Yes. Yeah. That's good.
I was surprised at this number. Purdue minus 9.5, I'll admit, was surprising to me. High.
So you sent me the text. You were thinking around 6, and I said, You're light.
You're right.
And I sent it to my guy. We were texting back and forth. I said, just under 10. I said, I'd make it 9.5. He was like, really? And I said, who is betting against Purdue today? I need to find out if anybody wants to go against Purdue today. Because what they saw was Edie getting 40. He ain't going to get 40 again. I see Butchie in the chat. Deuces, Butchie. I see you working. That's the talk. Listen, stop telling me shh. You've been away. You haven't been here for a while. This is what we do on the show. Sometimes we give it up. Just tell
Caesar's down to 8.5 with Purdue.
There you go. I can't say I blame them. If you take NC State, you might be catching magic. It might be. This might be them.
I mean, Horn didn't play well yesterday for NC State, and they won. Their best scoring guard didn't play well. I'm watching this game. I watched the first half, and I tweeted, I was like, why? The money line price was 600 for Duke. I was like, anyone watching this game? Minus 600 for Duke. It was plus 400 on NC State in game. Right. Like, if I didn't have a 14-1 ticket on NC State, I would have been all over that, going like, wait a minute. Are you kidding me? 4-1? Anyone watching the way this game is going? This is one spurt for NC State to get hot, and they're going to get control of the game. And once they got the lead, that building was all against Duke. That was everyone was against Duke.
You could feel it
through the TV set. You're like, oh no, like everything is going against them. And they had nothing, no killer, no one to throw the brakes up and say, I got us, we're good. And I thought even John Shire was a little bit exposed in the game, because I thought his team needed way more timeouts during that stretch. I would have burned every timeout that I had, just try to get them back in line. Because Burns was just cooking them constantly. It was so fun to watch the kid. Lefty, the feet of a ballerina, man. He's a big boy.
Got good feet.
Oh, does he ever?
He got good feet. I like that expression when they say
if Shire said that they were flustered, Nikki, like, okay, you're the coach. Your job is to calm them down. Our team got flustered. Okay. Your job is to call timeout, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
You have to calm your guys down.
Yeah.
Didn't understand it. I didn't understand it at all. I didn't get what was going on with that Duke game. And I'm like, I was good with it. I'm like, go NC State. This is incredible. And then I couldn't believe the number. I mean, when I bet 155, I was like, okay, this is the ceiling. Because it went from 155 back up to 175. And I'm like, okay, I'm all right. And then right after that, it went straight down. Right down into plus money, because they got rocked.
Yes.
8-0 run. Right after I bet it, 8-0 run, NC State. And that was all she wrote. Game over. Wild to see this.
There was no question. Like, I had it on, and it was fun because there was a lot of chaos going on in the house, but the game was on, and Kendall was all about Purdue winning the first game, and she was pretty cocky, chest out, say it with your chest. That's her new, she says everything now to everybody. She told Grandma yesterday, Grandma, say it with your chest.
Ooh.
And Grandma's like, what does that even mean? And I just turned and went like this.
Uh-oh.
And I went, this will be good. She goes, say it like you mean it, and Grandma leaned back like, wow, okay. So she said Purdue with her chest, and then she said Duke was going to win.
Oh.
And she got real quiet. I said, hey, you think Duke's coming back? And she looked at the score. They were down 10 at the time. She's like, no, it's done. Okay. I said, did you see the Pirate game today? Oh, They're like she's openly rooting against the Pirates every day. It's unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? It's early.
No, she just likes to see. She's the kid. She's the
Okay.
young kid. She knows everything. She's making lines now. She thinks she's going to, follow in the footsteps at family business, and she likes to root against my teams. Thinks it's funny.
The Shota Imaga, how do you say Imaga? How do you say the guy's name? The Japanese pitcher that's starting today for the Cubs. Shota's his first name is all I know. But for everybody who was concerned about the guy and how he pitched in spring training, shut up. He's killing today. 4 innings, 4 Ks.
They're playing Colorado.
Okay, but I mean, even Colorado, the Cubs haven't scored yet. It's 0-0, but there was a lot of concern. I saw a lot of people saying the Rockies today were the side because of this guy's spring training was so rocky. But
did you just do that? Was that a pun on purpose?
No, I did not mean to do that. But that was
spring training was so rocky. Did you do that on purpose?
I did not. But he's playing the Rockies. I did not mean to do that on purpose.
That sounded like you meant to do it.
I did not. It just happened. It was nice.
I need the phonetic spelling correctly. Not an April Fool's joke. How do you say this guy's name? Pitcher for the
Imanaga.
Imanaga.
Imanaga. Oh,
Imanaga. Imanaga.
If you're
Imanaga. If I'm
I don't know how to say it
right, LOL.
Shota is how
Lambu, get it together.
I'm just saying Shota. So Shota is the pitcher. He's a lefty for the Cubs. Big, one of their big new acquisitions. And people were very concerned about him in spring training. He got rocked in spring training. And now you can't touch this guy at the moment. It's the Rockies, and I'm fading the Rockies every chance I get, but I didn't bet the game today because there's rain that's in the forecast and it's freezing cold. So rain and cold in baseball does not go together to me. I'm not betting games where there's rain and cold. At least I'll be in the cold, not the rain. But I don't know if you guys have seen the video yet of the Cubs. They did a really bad, they tried to use little pyrotechnic things during the intros. And they're 4 feet high. They're really small. Yeah, it looks really bad. It looks like something you'd see in Little League. It's really bad. No. It's really bad.
No. If you're going to do that, you got to do it right.
You got to blow it up. You can't do it these little tiny things that are it's pretty funny. It was
why does nobody put this in the chat? How to say this guy's name?
Because nobody knows.
Shota. I'll have to look. The MLB sends me a phonetic spelling thing of everybody's name.
Look, I say this guy's thing because he's going to be a big contributor to the Cubs this year. So, maybe he's supposed to be their big new addition. Pitching wise, he could be the stud of the staff. Him and Steele 1-2. So
Cubs didn't look so good in Texas.
He looked all right
over the weekend.
Pirates, Yankees, Tigers, Brewers. 4 teams,
say it again.
All who have not lost.
I'm very proud of you for putting the Pirates as the first choice there.
For you, yes. Pirates, Yankees, Tigers, Brewers. You guys won 4 games in a row.
Tigers, Yankees, Brewers.
You guys won 4 games to start the year, and you're only half a game up in first place because the Brewers right behind you.
Yeah, the Brewers put one on the Mets.
Yep.
And they kind of told him about it too. Hoskins had his way, and
there's your pronunciation. Shota Imanaga.
Imanaga.
Shota.
Imanaga. Okay.
I just say Shota. That's how I say it. I was just calling him
Shota.
It's easy.
Thank you, LL.
Let's call him Shota. Imanaga.
Imanaga. Yeah. All right. So it's the third syllable.
Yes.
That's the stressed. Imanaga. Yes. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Pirates, Yankees, Tigers, Brewers. Who loses first?
Pirates are playing today.
Mm-hmm. They're all playing today, aren't they?
No. The Yankees
Tigers are the Mets.
Tigers are at the Mets late. Okay.
Yankees are at the Diamondbacks.
Where's the Brewers?
Ooh, that might be the team that's not playing.
I don't see the Brewers. Right?
Okay,
no,
so
Brewers.
No Brewers. Yes, everyone but the Brewers are playing.
Okay. 4 days in a row, your Pirates are dogs. Odds makers don't believe it. They're 4-0. They're dogs today at Washington.
Right.
Pirates aren't losing today. No way. The Yankees are going to see
Diamondbacks
tonight.
Arizona, who took 3 of 4 against the Rockies and should never have lost that game. They lost, gave up 9 runs to the Rockies. I made the call. The Rockies won't score 9 runs in a game in the month of April. They're not scoring 9.
Why do you make these proclamations?
Because their offense is so god awful bad. I can't figure out what I watched the game. I was going like, are you serious, Diamondbacks? Like these guys can't hit their way out of a paper bag. You give up 9 runs to this lineup. Rams horrific. And then right back yesterday, they score 1 run yesterday, lose 5-1. They're 3-1. If you're betting against them blindly, you're 3-1. Bet against them again today, but I guess you can't right now. Get 0-0.
Right. Well, no, you could take them in game.
You could have won it, but I don't. Again,
I don't know what's going on.
Weather in the Chicago, yeah. I'm watching it. It's not anything I wouldn't jump in. It's just cold and wet. It's just nasty, and there's rain in the forecast. It's supposed to hit literally any second.
Yeah.
Forecast was between the 4th and the 6th inning. It was supposed to rain. So that's where we are right now.
All right. So let's see. The Brewers play who tomorrow? The Brewers play. Oh, Minnesota.
Might be that then.
In a pick'em game.
Okay.
So if the 3 teams win tonight, let's see. Detroit plays the Mets. Oh, they got Manaea. Oh boy. Tigers may win again today. Wow.
So you got that. White Sox, Astros, Marlins are the teams after the opening weekend who have not won a game yet. The Astros are 0-4. What is that?
Got swept by the Yankees.
0-4.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Nah, it's okay.
It's early, but it's still like, what is going on exactly?
JPC the fourth said the Tigers are winning. He's right. I think the Tigers are going to win today. Pirates are going to win today. Who's going to?
The total in the Cubs game is 3.5. Is that true? Is that true? 3.5.
This is what happens.
Holy crap.
It's only the 5th.
See, I'm going to the game on Friday. I'm going to bet the Nerfy, and I'm going to bet the under in the first 3 innings, and then we can leave.
Then you can go.
I can leave.
We'll do it in person. Bring cash and do it in person at the book there.
At the DraftKings book?
Yeah, you got to see
the other
what
book.
that looks like.
Because FanDuel's across the street, right? There's like 3 books in Wrigleyville.
Oh.
There's more than 1 book in Wrigleyville. The one next to in the ballpark next to Wrigley is the DraftKings book. I would like to see the DraftKings book. That's true.
Yeah, you got to see what that looks like.
Yeah, go check out the pictures.
White Sox are playing right now to the Braves. We don't got to worry about them winning. Imanaga is on fire. Thank you.
I think he has 6K. I think he has 6 Ks now.
Guys are going to get healthy. Nice stats against Colorado.
Oh, there's no debate.
You're going to be like your return is up, made in rotation. Like I'm good. I'm good, Skip. I'm
4
good.
innings. 4 innings, 6 Ks so far for Shota.
Yeah, White Sox not looking good today.
No.
Thank you, JC from KC.
White Sox stink too. I mean, it's going to be a race. This is where I normally click in with baseball. I intentionally did it about 3 weeks before I normally do because last year I identified bad teams in May and I missed April. I want to hammer bad teams in April.
Oh,
White Sox, Rockies, A's, Marlins. Like I want to hammer bad teams. I'm not sure who's good.
A's. I don't know yet about the Marlins. Don't get Covey all mad because he's going to get upset or besmirching his Marlins.
I've been under 78.5. They can't score either. Their offense sucks too. So
not good. It's not good. Covey is right. I mean, it's just not good.
So I want to look at teams that are I don't know who's good yet, but I know who's bad. So I have an easier way of identifying the bad teams than I do identifying the good teams. So
that's good.
Fade the Rockies, fade the A's, get after them. 7 Ks now for Shota. He's rolling against them. White Sox, just Marlins can't hit. White Sox can't hit. The Cardinals kind of can't hit. They blew the game yesterday to the Dodgers, and
they should have won that game.
Dodgers or the Cardinals?
Cardinals,
of course, but they didn't. They're both going to get exposed. So, I mean, you better be ready. You can't take an inning off. You can't think, it's the 8th. We're good.
Take a batter off.
We're up 5-1. This is easy. Single, double, 3-run home run. We're in trouble. And I mean, and you could do, I mean, I did literally like a for fun money line parlay yesterday with the Guardians, the Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers. And watching the A's play in the final 3 innings of that game, I was
You were
literally,
texting me
I
like
was
a
laughing my
lunatic.
ass off. I'm going, this team sucks so bad. They are so, the second baseman let a ball go through his legs like Bill Buckner. And I was like, oh my God, it was first and third. And they were so fortunate to be playing the Guardians because the Guardians got picked off. They tried to do a safety squeeze.
Yeah.
And the guy at third base got picked off, which I was like, okay, we not do safety squeezes, please. Like, what the hell are we doing here, guys? This is dumb. Like, just all you need is a sacrifice fly.
Pirates won the game on a squeeze. They went ahead in extra innings on a squeeze.
And then
tremendous.
after they picked the guy off at third base, the guy Jimenez on the mound for the A's spun and threw the ball in a pickoff play with nobody there. Like, there was both the second baseman and the shortstop looked and was like, was that your cover or my
no
cover?
communication. Yeah.
The ball's right into center field, and they didn't score. I'm like, how do you not score in that moment? Like Guardians, what the? And then the A's won the game in extra innings, but because of the stupid ghost runner. But the A's are really bad. I mean, there were 7,900 fans at the Aviators game yesterday. They announced 3,000 fans at the A's game yesterday in Oakland.
Yeah, but
what
did you see the video? Like you watched it?
There's no one there.
3,000 people.
Oh no, it's the funniest thing in the world. Like I was tweeting about it. Like it sounded like I was watching a golf tournament. Like it was like it was so quiet. I was like, am I watching baseball or am I watching a golf? Like am I watching like the PGA Tour?
Here he goes.
It's unbelievable. 8 Ks for Shota through 5, mowing them down. Look at that. So that's what I'm doing in baseball. I'm betting against the bad teams. White Sox and the Marlins are 2 of the 4 bad teams. Astros are not. I think that
the other option, and this is something, I mean, I've done this for years. This is good that you're seeing this because this is how you can get through April because it's hard. I mean, you don't know who the good teams are, but I think you know who the bad teams are. You can see it.
Yep.
If you don't like laying the juice against them, there's options. You can play the first 5. It's usually less.
Run line.
You can try to run line.
Yeah.
You can parlay 2 with each other. You can do all kind of stuff like that. But the other thing you can do is I think ATL Coos said it here in the chat. Play the unders. You don't have to lay nearly as much juice.
Team total unders.
Team total unders.
Yeah.
Sometimes the game under. If you
get a
pitcher like Sears for Oakland,
but
it's going to keep them in games.
Diamondback scored 16 runs against the Rockies.
Yeah, I'm not saying do it every game.
You got to be careful.
Like you definitely got to be careful. But like betting baseball in April is tough. It's fun. And I think there's ways to do it that are responsible.
Okay.
I mean, we talk about being responsible a lot of times on here. So I think you can do that. And man, oh, wait, you're talking about Zach? You're talking about Zach Geloff, the second baseman for the A's?
Yes. Bad news Bears.
That's apparently my future son-in-law. I don't know if you know that.
Well, he may be back in Vegas at some point in the very near future.
Whoa!
So, yeah, I don't know how much longer
I'll hit.
Okay, he better hit because fielding is not really his thing at the moment.
It's not always the one guy who is the guy at the end of the play. Somebody maybe didn't know.
The ball goes through your legs, it's you.
Ball goes through your legs, it's you.
It's not anybody else. Sure. You have a ground ball at you, and it goes through your legs. It's you. Sorry. There's no one else to blame but you on this.
Yeah, that happens.
I want to point this out because there's a number here you need to see. Red Sox starters have an ERA of 1.64, 27 Ks and 1 walk.
Here we go.
Only the 4th time in Red Sox history that starters have gone 5 or more innings and allowed 2 runs or fewer in each of the team's first 4 games. 1916, 1919, and 2018. Dave, do you know what happened in 2018?
No.
The Boston Red Sox won the World Series in 2018.
I knew that.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying the Red Sox can win the World Series, but it's what Alex Cora does. This is why I bet over. Alex Cora does not, in a contract year, is not going to lose 100 games.
It's not up to him. He's got the players have to do it.
Sure, but you got young kids who are buying in. They're hitting. They're 2-2 on the year. They've pitched. They lost 1-0 and they lost 4-3 in extras. Like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mikey Awesome's right in the chat. That's
9
9. 9 hat changes. He's right.
Sox
Keep it
can
up.
pitch, Covey. They can pitch, and that's what
So far, so far they can. It's one series.
It is one series, but it's against a
And
team
it's
in
against
Seattle.
a team Seattle that really can't hit either.
Yeah, not horrible. Not horrible. Got one of the better young players in the game.
Oh, Julio is amazing. Oh,
So, I mean, okay.
but that whole lineup is
Inconsistent.
road favorites today. Your Red Sox.
Run line.
Oh, really? Just lay it on the road. No problem.
I prefer betting than run line on the road.
True.
So, prefer go run line on the road. It's a better bet.
Wow.
Up against some 24-year-old kid that probably goes 2 innings today.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Number of outs for the starter. That's a fun bet.
Joe Boyle.
Yeah.
Who's
What
Joe
if his
Boyle?
outs is 12 and a half, like 12 and a half? As he's got to go 4 innings. See if you can see a lot of
Taylor Hawk going for the Red Sox. Joe Boyle going for the Arizona. Going for the A's.
I love that bet.
There's going to be more
something
Boston
new.
fans, more Red Sox fans than A's fans today.
Yes. That for sure.
It's going to be a home game for the Red Sox tonight. A lot of
There's
folks.
gonna be 6,000 people in the ballpark.
If that. And 4,000 will be Red Sox fans.
Right.
So we'll see for that. All right. To the NBA. Joel Embiid could return. James Santor from Rhythm all over me today, sending me texts and tagging me in all these stories. 31-1. Any interest in Philly in the Sixers?
To do what?
Win it all.
I mean, come on.
Win it all.
I'd love for it to happen. That's come on. Win it all. I got to see him play.
Okay.
The path. Can they just win another game or another series? I mean, can they win another series other than a first round series? That's all.
Should be double that.
I mean, Joel's right. How many times you got to get punished? I'm going to do cash considerations later with Newbie.
What am I going to say? What am I saying? JC and Casey, what am I going to say? What do I need to say? Say what?
Going to lose to the Celtics?
Oh, please.
Please. What?
Al Horford's on the Reds, is on the Celtics. Embiid can't beat Al Horford. Never has, never will. Postseason,
never will.
Not happening. Not against Al Horford. No, that's kryptonite. He can't beat him. Al has his number. It's why Philly signed Horford away from the Celtics, trying to hope that it might happen. But Butchie, I didn't say it was going to happen. I can ask questions and not have any real opinion on it. I'm not betting against the Celtics. Come on now. I know better than that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Joe Boyle, outs recorded, is 14.5 tonight.
Under
plus 145. Thanks, Whitrock. Well, that's that. He don't get to the fifth. There you go.
Stop it, ATL. What are you talking about? That was 2 games.
Oh, the Hawks. What if they're the 8 seed?
Not worried.
1-8.
Not worried.
It's going to go 7, and that's going to set up the Celtics.
It is
to
not
lose in
going
the second
7
round to the Sixers.
Ain't going 7.
Or the Knicks.
It's not going 7. Sorry on this.
Would that be something?
We do have a lot of things to talk about playoff wise, though. Okay. So Houston loses yesterday.
Yeah.
Golden State wins, but does not cover against the Spurs. Now with a 2-game lead for the 10th spot. Here are your up-to-date standings in the Western Conference. Dallas Mavericks at 45-29. Pelicans 45-29. Pelicans play the Suns tonight. Kings 43-31. Same with the Suns. Lakers at 42-33. Golden State 40-34. Rockets 38-36. When it comes to betting the NBA, Dave, these 7 teams I'm eyeing right now. Everyone else, anyone in the East, it's like a silly season everywhere else, except these teams are already playing playoff games, in my opinion.
Right.
They've got to win. They have no choice. So we've got New Orleans and Phoenix tonight. Big playoff. Phoenix is trying to get out of the play-in tournament. New Orleans is holding the 6th seed right now. They're the last team to avoid the play-in.
It's big.
Number opened up Phoenix -1.
Yeah.
It's flipped to New Orleans now -1.
Yeah, who's responsible for making Phoenix the favorite on the road?
Don't know.
Yeah, it's too much.
I got it at pick last night.
Oh, you like Pels?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. Phoenix on the road. And
they have to
Denver and won.
New Orleans has to protect their home court in these games.
Threw me off.
Like, you have no choice. You've got to protect your home court in these games.
I mean, but they still got to play the games.
Yeah, of course. But they're at home. I like them a lot.
You like Boston -17.5 today?
No, but I like the over.
That's a gigantic number. What?
Overs. The total's low. 216.5.
220.
Oh my! I have a 3.5 point. Okay, that's good. I got 216.5 last night.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Okay. Thanks.
Somebody did somebody a favor night. Made that thing 216.5.
Appreciate that. All right. I'll take that.
Goodness gracious. What?
Wow.
Yeah. Pels.
1-8 and this morning. Nice. -110. Good. You got Pelicans +1. That's good.
Good work, Floodhouse.
Good job on that. It's 220 at Penny. Thank you, Butchie. Appreciate that. I'm not getting friends and family number, Whitrock. It's just overnight NBA totals. I've been saying it now for I don't know how many weeks. I got to say it on the show. There's something weird going on with overnight NBA totals. Like, there's just, I don't know. I don't make the lines. I just look at the lines. And there's some interesting things going on in the NBA in overnight totals in the NBA there's just something going on. It's why the books here in Vegas are not putting them up. Just look around and look who's putting them up, and do yourself a favor, like set an alarm, get up at 2:00 in the morning on the East Coast and look at the number. I'm at 11 p.m. Pacific time. So look at the number, and you can go ahead and look at the number and then go to bed and wake up, and you're going to go, what the fuck happened to the number? Like, that's what you're going to do. You're going to go, hold on a second. Either it's gone up or down, but like whatever the first move is, pay attention to it. That first move is telling you where it's going.
Yeah.
And it just goes, and it flies.
Oh, boy.
3.5, 4 points. And then they claim on the odd screens that it opened at that number. Oh, it opened at 220. It opened at 220. No, it did not open at 220. It opened at 216.5, which again needs someone to explain the scraping algorithm, whatever the fuck they do with that. How do you get that number and put it up as the opener when the opener the night before was not that said opener number? So it looks like, so if I'm a regulator, okay, if I don't know what I'm looking at, and I'm just looking at an odd screen and I'm going, hey, show me the line history. You pull up the line history, it says, oh, the opener was 220. Nothing nefarious going on at all. Yeah, but did you know it was 216.5 12 hours ago? Really? Yeah, so which is the opener? The opener on Monday morning when the overnight guy goes home and the other guy comes in and staggers in and says, what the hell did you do? That number's wrong. And he puts the number and there's your opener, or the number the overnight guy put up that got hit and driven up.
Butchie wants the text line right now. It's 702-570-8255. You can send a text. Do not call it. When the replay, if you stay up back east to watch the replay,
I don't answer it.
You're not going to get anybody, but you can see the NBA over.
I'm not in bonus time. I know I'm not in bonus time, but I've been saying this in bonus time for a long time now. So now I'm saying what I've been saying in bonus time. You guys on Sports Grid and Sirius, you're getting the truth right now out of this as to what's going on with the NBA overs, the NBA totals, over or unders. There's something going on with NBA totals overnight. It's whatever it is. There's something going on.
Just in case they come looking for us, I got the dark glasses on right now.
Okay. Just saying it. Go take a look at it. Watch it. I know people are saying, do it for me. Okay, fine. I'll do it for you. But like East Coast, you guys are asleep while something is going on with those totals that doesn't equate. There's gifts being left under trees in non-Christmas time zones.
Oh, jeez.
Consistently. And I don't know. Someone smarter than me knows what they're doing because they are cleaning up at the moment.
They're getting good numbers. That's for sure. They're getting good numbers. Very good numbers. And listen, a lot of times it's, sometimes the night guys just struggle with the numbers. Like they put up the numbers and they just don't get it right. It's just
Are they
weird how it
guessing?
happens at night. Like there's that expression like you were born at night, but not last night. But like every last night, there's a total or two that bing flies. And just saying, yeah, we're saying a quiet part out loud a little bit. It's just, it is the silly season of basketball. Sometimes you got to generate action. It's
Am I putting up a number that's too high or too low?
sometimes
On purpose?
sometimes it is. Yeah, sometimes it is. Sometimes if a guy, it's amazing to me that everybody gravitate towards the same number though. Because like if I put up 216 and everybody wakes up and says this line should be 220, I get bet over and over and over. Well, just make it 218 again. See if they bet you over now. Because I don't know. There's times where like you get onto this, and
I mean, it still has to win. At the end of the day, it still has to win. Like Dave was saying,
win,
still has
the
to win.
books still know, like I know what they're doing by betting me over on an overnight, driving the number up. Maybe they really want the under.
Under, right? Which is possible.
But
More often than not, though, that's not the case.
But
it's not coming back
sitting
down.
220, and right now it's 12:45 in the afternoon Pacific, 3:45 Eastern. Ain't nobody come knocking yet to bet under. Hello.
Under's not the side.
Hello.
So
I don't want to be holding an under ticket in that game.
10Ks for Shota. Woof, he's mowing them down today. Hell of a debut. Hell of a Cub opener. Cub fans are going to walk out of there.
Say his name already.
I just say Shota.
Monica?
I said Shota. No, Imanaga.
Imanaga. Write that down, Dave.
Yes.
Imanaga. Thank you.
On that.
Imanaga.
But Shota is easier. Just call him Shota. Okay, one more basketball game. It's not a pro game. It's a college game. Rematch from last year's controversial women's basketball championship final is tonight in the Elite Eight. Iowa's laying 1.5 points to LSU. A lot of our Iowa listeners, viewers, you guys are jacked for this game.
Yes, sir.
Angel Reese, she's the villain. Caitlin Clark trying to play the role of Superman. Iowa favored. A lot of people don't like Iowa being favored here. They think LSU should be the side.
You going to watch this?
I will try to. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to attempt to watch
intrigued
as much as I can. I mean, I'm going to be, I'm teaching. So the game starts, I think, at 4:00 our time, right?
Hold on. I don't
Game
know.
tips off at, 4:00 our time. So I'll be on the way home when the game's starting, but
okay.
I'll try to watch. Once I get home, I'll try to watch it.
I'm on Sports Grid from 5 to 7 our time. So I will watch the beginning. And then I'll, depending if it's still a competitive game, which I think this is going to be a competitive game, is it not?
I think so. I mean, imagine so. I mean, there's a lot of hype around this game. I'm a little concerned about it not living up to the hype because everybody is saying it's the game of the year in college basketball for the women. Did you see what happened over the weekend in Portland, by the way?
How does that happen?
I have no idea. How do you have one side of the court with a shorter 3-point line than the other?
But
and the foul line too.
But
Both.
Listen, like I've been to tournaments and I'm that anal guy. I walk the field, make sure the baseline's right. I'm trying to see where the lip is on the infield, and so I could tell the kids. But I was that player. Like when I used to play hockey, I shoot the puck into the boards to see where the live boards are, where the dead boards are, all these little things, trying to get an edge in the game. You could see that those 3-point lines weren't even from my couch on the TV. Like no one in the building said,
right?
Holy shit.
Right.
Look how big it is over here. Look how small it is over here from the line to the top of the key. Like nobody went, hold on.
Right. Well, somebody did halfway into the game. Somebody went, wait, that doesn't look right. And they measured it and they went, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Can't fix that in the middle of the game.
Nope. And the issue is an apology. Like, we're sorry. Hope to be better. And a lot of the coaches involved were like, a lot of people were saying this is typical for women's basketball, but yeah, it's pretty bad.
I mean, you remember when, like the Boston Garden, the rink was shorter.
Yep.
You used to
tighter. It was tighter. Yep.
The corners were like
it was narrow. It wasn't as wide. It was a narrow rink.
Exactly. So I mean, there was different home ice advantages and stuff. Now they become more homogenized. Everything's kind of standard, but it is totally inexcusable, Nikki Ceramello.
Yeah, totally a 9-inch disparity.
9-inch disparity.
Pretty bad, man. That's really
9
bad.
inches.
Stop it.
That's a big deal.
Stop it.
9 inches. What's stop? What? 9 inches is big.
He's done. Shota Imanaga, 6 innings. 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts, and 92 pitches thrown. Hell of a debut. Hell of a debut.
Pretty good, Cubs fans.
Who wins this game, Iowa or LSU? LSU won it last year. That's where you had the whole ring thing.
Coin, flip it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is.
Honestly, I'm vastly underqualified to say who's going to win this before the game.
Agreed.
I will watch it with interest. I will tell Kendall to watch this if she's interested.
Oh, well, I mean, this is Caitlin Clark. There's a lot of things going into this game. There's a lot of undercurrents to this game. The Kim Mulkey situation is really out there.
Ooh.
The story came out over the weekend, and like, never seen somebody threaten to sue a journalist for defamation without reading the article first, and then reading the article, and it was a bunch of just like, we all knew all this about LSU.
Right.
Like we already knew this about Kim Mulkey. Like, we learned nothing new except like her sister and her dad hate her. That's all we knew. Like, that's the only thing that was new.
Right.
So why is it a big deal? And why did you put everyone's, because she literally did an advertisement. If you were trying to get people to read that story, doing that press conference before it came out was the best ad the Washington Post
exactly
could ever hope for. Like, just ignore it. Like, just let it come out and then deal with it afterwards. It's garbage. It's nothing. Walk away from it. Held a damn press conference saying, I'm suing them for defamation, which, by the way, she has not done. FYI, she's not filed a defamation lawsuit against the Washington Post.
Sometimes you got to just put it out there, right?
And do what? You're trying to threaten a media organization to say, careful what you write. I'm going to sue you. The hell is the point of that?
That might have been for her family that talked. That might have been a message to her.
I know,
family
but
that talked.
Then you'd sue the family. You wouldn't sue the outlets.
I know, but she can say whatever she wants at this point.
Right? Absolutely. She can. It's true.
What is she gonna do?
She did. And everyone in that article was everywhere over the weekend because she talked about it.
All over the place.
No one would have cared about it otherwise.
No.
Would have been just an article like, who cares? Kim Mulkey. Like, sorry, you're not that important. Like, you're important, but you're not that important for the whole sports world to want to read it. The whole sports world want to read it because of what you said.
Right.
Like, okay, what's this explosive takedown hit piece you're talking about? It wasn't even a hit piece. It was just an article about your life. Like, you tell girls to hide their sexuality. We already knew that. There's nothing new about this with Kim Mulkey. This is all it's been said for years about her. So it's no idea why in the world she did what she did, but we'll see. Hockey. Florida, Toronto tonight. On the road. Favored Panthers.
Same old, same old.
Rinse and repeat.
You want Toronto in a big spot like this?
No.
Just listen.
No.
I love our Canadian fans and people in Canada that watch our show. I don't want Toronto tonight. Not in this spot.
Yeah. They haven't clinched yet, but they're close to clinching. I mean, Boston and Florida both have clinched. The one argument you could make is that Toronto needs this. Florida does not.
Clinched what? A playoff spot?
Yep.
Not their position.
Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, Boston's got 101 points. Panthers have 99. So there's a brawl there for the 1 seed. But
what about the Rangers?
The Rangers have 104 points. They're the 1 seed overall. I'm talking about in the Atlantic versus the Metropolitan and who you're going to play in the playoffs.
Right.
So, which wild card are you going to play? Right now the Bruins would play the Flyers or the Rangers would play the Lightning and the Bruins would play the Flyers. Rangers play the Flyers. Bruins would play the Lightning. Excuse me. And then Florida would play Toronto. So I guess if you want to avoid playing Toronto, Florida catches Boston and it's Boston and Toronto playing. which I would love. So bring that on. Like, that's beautiful. It's a guaranteed advancement. So that's one argument you can make about Toronto tonight if you want. Winnipeg has lost 6 games straight. They host the Kings as favored. They're favorites tonight.
Well, they should be. You can't make the Kings favored on the road, but this
Really?
game could be pick 'em. The way Winnipeg's playing, this game could be like -110 both sides.
So they're 94. They have 94 points. The Blues, they're in the playoffs, but it's a question of whether they're going to get caught or not. The Kings have a wild card spot. They have a 5-point lead on the Blues. More on them in a second. Preds have 90 points for the 2 wild card spots. Kings need to keep winning.
Definitely.
So this is a tight. I mean, Winnipeg needs this just to stop the bleeding right now.
This is an under game, isn't it?
I would agree.
Yeah, this is 5.5. It's not. I'm not even afraid. I think I bet under.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite play in the game.
I'm gonna boil it down to the first period, but yeah,
teams that scores first wins this game.
Maybe Winnipeg's not scoring any goals.
This in game. This might be because this will be the second hour. We got Kurtz on texting me right now, so we'll be talking hockey a lot in the second hour tonight. This one might be one of those like get a first goal,
sit on it,
and really just dump, chase, 2-1, 2-0,
3-0 Cubs. Another run line.
3-0 Cubs.
Another run line coming against the Rockies. They'll go to 1-4 against the number.
It's not over yet, is it?
And I'm saying if it happens,
All right.
I guess AA defense for the Rockies. They're bad boys. Rockies are really bad. They're really bad. Detroit at Tampa -190. Red Wings 2 points from a playoff spot.
Playing themselves out of it.
Yeah, they're sliding.
The Red Wings are playing themselves out of it.
They've lost.
I don't want them in this spot.
Lost 4 games in a row. 3-5-2 over the last 10.
This is not good. Not good for Red Wings fans. I mean,
8-1-1 for Tampa.
The Lions got everybody excited about the playoffs and home teams.
Tigers are undefeated.
Can't take the Red Wings in this spot.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. It's tough.
Can't do it.
And then Edmonton's laying 200 against St. Louis on the road, but the Blues are 5 points out of a playoff spot. It's go time for St. Louis now or never. Can you believe we're down to 8 games left?
Yeah, I told you what I was doing yesterday. I was trying to be uninterrupted. Like, Daddy, what are you looking at? I don't know how many people have this happen in their house, but I had some paper laid out and I was writing some numbers down, and they're like, Daddy, what are you looking at? Stanley Cup exactus. What? It's Easter. I'm like, I know. There's only 2 weeks left in the season. I got to get to work on this. And then they pop them in, and then they pop them out. And then they pop them in, and then they pop them out. Like there was only one hockey game yesterday. So they were up. The day before, when it was 12, 14 games, whatever, on Saturday, it wasn't up. So I got to find out, I got a guy, and I'm like, can you please text me when you're putting up the hockey Stanley Cup exactus, please? And crickets didn't tell me. So I think Edmonton scenarios.
I said it before.
I know.
I said Edmonton versus Carolina. That's my cup final.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
If we take the blue in that hat, the BVB lid, and make it the color of the bees, that is a Carolina Panther model hat for the playoffs. People can ramp up if they want to get one of those.
Yeah, I like Carolina, though. I don't like Florida in the playoffs.
You do?
Mm-hmm. I like them I like them now. But if I said it back in the spring, whatever, the fall. Carolina versus
with Edmonton?
Did I what?
Are you good with Edmonton in the West?
Yeah. I like Edmonton a lot.
Colorado people are going to come at us.
It's fine. But they're going to be there, obviously. But Dallas has 103. Colorado's got 100 points. 100 points for the Canucks, 94 points for the Oilers, but they're red hot. So 7-2-1 over their last 10. They're 25-8-3 at home. I don't know. I like when it comes to the playoffs, McDavid does McDavid things. It's time for Connor McDavid to make a deep run.
Phew. Isn't ever.
It's time. It's time for him.
Is it ever.
This is his time right now. By the way, for you guys who are in Iowa, Drake has hired D2 Northwest Missouri State head coach Ben McCollum. He's the Iowa native who's won 4 national championships at the D1, at the D2 level.
Oh, boy.
So Drake is the perfect landing spot for him. This is the guy that all the Drake fans were really hoping was going to go to Drake. So Northwest Missouri State is pretty close to Iowa. It's in the northern part of Missouri. So that's a big hire for Drake. So there's a lot of excitement around seeing a guy who's been extremely successful at the D2 level and could have gone to D1 numerous times, but decided not to, has waited for this job and now gets the Drake job in the Valley. So yeah, Whitrock, a lot of you guys, I know you Iowans were pulling for that to happen. So an Iowan goes home. That's what they always love. They love.
That's good, right?
Iowans love Iowans, man. Do they ever love other Iowans? So local guy coming back home. That's pretty big for that.
David Tolman just said, let's go Oilers.
Let's go.
You got that right. David Tolman.
Okay.
One of our new guys
To the
in the chat.
awful story of the day. Over the weekend, what was Rasheed Rice doing? Wide out for the KC Chiefs, racing a Lamborghini and a Porsche, racing, caught on tape doing it. A woman who was injured in the crash told police that the suspected involvement of Rasheed Rice, the men put her 4-year-old in danger, walked away without any sympathy. She said cleats were left in the Lamborghini, allegedly belonging to Rasheed Rice. She said, quote, I'm just blessed I was able to walk out of there. Multiple cars were involved. Multiple injuries were involved. And I'm not sure if the police have found Rasheed Rice yet. They all ran. What's the future for this guy? Because a lot of people think that the Chiefs might be cutting this dude and then maybe in the market for a wideout in the first round.
Right.
Saying, okay, how many games is he going to get? I don't know how many games. I'm not sure. I mean, people are saying he's getting suspended for the year. I'm not sure that's going to happen. They got to prove he was driving. And they got to prove, was he driving and or was he drunk? And if he wasn't, I mean, running may have saved his life. I mean,
Right.
he may have been, he can deny everything now. Okay, so it's leaving the scene of a crime, leaving an accident. But he went to college at SMU. That's why he was in Dallas.
What is it with the driving fast?
And the Chiefs, too. What is with the Chiefs and driving fast?
I just like a lot of young kids like to drive fast. And I don't
Here
know.
in Vegas, you see every damn day.
I was just gonna say, like, I was driving around Saturday, and it was raining, and I was like, I mean, I fishtailed a couple times Saturday
See,
and was going.
this is the
He was the one driving the car.
plausible deniability. It's why he ran. I wasn't driving. My buddy was. Just my car. Can't blame me. Running was the smartest thing he could have done. He'll get nailed with the police for leaving a scene of a crime. He'll plead it down to a misdemeanor, put multiple people's lives in jeopardy and in danger. But Tom Brady got 4 games for smashing a cell phone. Don't forget that. You know, that horrific act of smashing a cell phone. Rasheed Rice will get 2 games max.
I don't know. I don't know what the
That's what I can't. I mean, the NFL is a joke. It's an absolute joke in this category. It's embarrassing. Jalen Carter, drag racing, kid died. He wasn't in the league yet. We can't touch him. He wasn't drafted yet. We can't touch him.
Right.
Drafted, plays with the Eagles. Huge season. No one talks about the fact that he was involved in it. Yeah, just the way things go. You know, run away. I wasn't driving. I got scared. I ran. Sorry. So we'll watch that. But if you're looking for what the Chiefs might do, drafting, they may be interested in drafting somebody.
Jeez. His interpreter was driving.
Yep,
JR.
it's good.
33312. Johnny, don't miss the juice. LMAO. If you weren't driving, why were you running away from the scene?
Yeah, he looks guilty as
Doesn't
hell,
make
but
you look
like,
guilty.
you know, it's just what the league will. It saves it because he was drunk driving, you know, and it's a Henry Ruggs situation where you're drunk and you're speeding and you crash and the Ruggs killed somebody. But if you hurt somebody or cause a multiple car, accident and you're drunk, whole different situation, whole different level of punishment coming down. But if you run, I mean, this is going to be the textbook thing to do now. If you get caught with cars, is just run. They can't prove it. Wasn't me.
It goes against everything. If you take responsibility for your actions, that's just life. I don't like it. I wouldn't, again, not everybody does it. People find ways around things. It stinks.
Yeah, it's bad. Shout out to our guys in New Jersey, Joe Brennan and company, launching a sports book, Prime Sports, set to launch in New Jersey on Sunday. This sports book, as written by sportshandle.com, looking to take all bettors, allow rebets, treat everyone, no matter how sharp, the same mantra that Circa Sports uses for their business model. But can you make an impact? Can you survive walking into a state like New Jersey at the level of maturity that the market is already at?
Listen, I know JBJ. That's what I call him, Joe Brennan Jr.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of talks. Hopefully he's going to come on the show. I mean,
oh, good.
Yeah. I told Joe a year ago to come on the show. He's like, we're not ready yet. We're not ready. We have to be ready. And I said, okay, well, when you're ready, come on and tell people why they should be betting with you wherever state you're at. He was in Ohio, and now they're in Jersey. We saw Spanky do a testimonial video. That's interesting. Listen, it's great, Spank. I hope you got paid, and I hope you got paid well to do it. I like the fact that they're taking bets. They got limits, and he said it in a tweet. We hang a number, we take a bet. If we don't move it, you can bet it again. Otherwise, we move the number. I mean, I'm going to print them T-shirts and say, move the damn number. Because that's exactly what I would do. That's how you build a business. But P-Roll, there's a lot of people in New Jersey already got accounts.
Well, but how many of them have been limited? How many of them are looking for other outs? And what if you competitively price it? What if you're able to give better odds? Give options, give better prices on parlays, give better prices on teasers, ways of attracting business.
I think you can be successful. You have to know what your expectations are.
Okay.
You're not going to compete. You're not competing with DraftKings and FanDuel.
Mm-mm.
You're not.
But how big? I mean, we've talked about this before, but like 2% of a state like New Jersey, take 2% of the total handle, and you can do a nice little business for yourself.
If that's acceptable, I think that's what you should try to do year one.
Okay.
Go get 2%. Do it well. Tell everybody about it. In fact, have the people that are betting tell everybody about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it becomes kind of like the brigade. The brigade is our best sales force. True. I've had people talk about us, me, you, this show, whatever it is, in a way that like it can't be bullshit because it's them saying it. We didn't tell anybody to say it. We didn't tell anybody to go sign up for the Discord. We didn't tell anybody to come show up, whether it's on YouTube or Twitter live during the day. We got 1,000 people in on a Monday just hanging out, watching the replays at night. You can build a business. This guy, Lucky Larry, when I was down in Curacao, he was crazy. And believe me, I learned a lot about life in the 2 months that he was my roommate. Larry came from Vegas, knew everything.
Okay.
Not quite. He used to say every day, he came in that room. He was so good on the sales calls. So good. He was in the movie Casino. He had a small role. He said, we're building customers for life. If you take that approach, you got a shot. You got a shot. But if you're just trying to make a quick money grab or build this customer share or be a marketing company or get them in a casino so they blow it all there, no, we're going to earn. We're going to earn. We're going to have swings. I think they got a shot. There's Butchie. Butchie knows Lucky Larry.
No.
Yeah. You got a cigarette. He just typed it in the chat. Lucky Larry. You want to talk about, I used to tease him. How many union imposed smoke breaks do you have a day? Like this guy used to smoke
A chimney.
3 packs a day. You can't work in a book and smoke 3 packs a day. You're never around. Phones would be ringing. Where's Larry? He's out the deck smoking again.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Time for Better to Book It. All right, we begin with the Boston Celtics over 216.5 with the Charlotte Hornets, which this number now is gone.
Bye-bye.
Better to book over 216.5.
I mean, I think Boston first half over.
Yes, team total over.
They light them up, right?
Probably.
Game over.
Mm-hmm.
Going to require Charlotte to score what? 100? No. 100? Can we get 100 from Charlotte tonight?
Boston gives up 110 points a game defensively.
Okay. So I think we get 120, 118.
And then we're over.
Right. Okay. Over to
Boston might score one.
Better.
By the way, the Clippers scored 130 on them last game. Clippers. Charlotte's not. Celtics team total first half. Celtics team total for the game over 216.5. Pelicans pick to win the game against the Suns.
I like this side too. Bet it.
Okay.
I like the Pelicans.
Red Sox run line plus 120.
Oh, no. You've done it today. No, they win this game by 1.
I think it's a 5-1, 6-1 final.
This looks way too easy.
It's Tanner Hawk up against someone named Joe Boyle. Who's Joe Boyle?
Don't besmirch Joe Boyle without knowing who Joe Boyle is.
I don't know who Joe Boyle is, but Joe Boyle, he was a call-up in September. He's pitched in 3 games in the big leagues from what I can see in his career.
I like those guys.
Okay. You can have those guys. When it comes to the Oakland A's, you can have those guys. Want no
A's
part of it.
5.
By the way, do you see the Oakland City Council presented a offer to the city, to the team to stay in Oakland?
What did they say?
5-year extension with a 3-year out. All they got to do is pay him $97 million.
97 mil. Come on back, Jack. Come on. We'll keep you.
That's the exact amount of money that the Oakland TV deal will pay them over that length of time.
Oh, give me the money.
They said, "Oh, you can stay. Like, you can stay. That's tremendous. We love you to stay. Yeah, that TV contract, we want all of it. We want all of it. You want to play at the Coliseum? That's fine. $97 million for 5 years.
What are their options?
They don't really have any. That's why.
Right. I mean, they're nomads. They ain't going to come here. They ain't going to go there.
They're playing hardball with them.
Today's the last day for the Tropicana.
Yep. And then finally, under 1.5 goals, Winnipeg and the LA Kings. 4 straight first period under for Winnipeg. They're not scoring at all. And Talbot is in net up against Brossois. And Brossois been tremendous at home for Winnipeg. Talbot's better on the road.
1 goal total in the first period. This one's a little scary. I like the game under more.
Okay.
But what's the juice?
Minus 115.
Okay.
It was cheap. That's why I bet it.
All right. I'll say book it, but it's not a bad bet. This could be 1-1. And to get a bad beat.
Ooh, no GIF. No goal in the first 5 minutes.
No GIF parlay. Peace.
Not a bad idea. JC Mtizzi, not a bad idea at all. If you guys are live on YouTube or on Twitter, please do not move. You're going to get Favorite Thing About Today in bonus time. If you guys are with us on SiriusXM or on Sports Grid, thank you for being here. We'll be back coming up tomorrow. Go to the website, thebvbshow.com. Check it out and be a part of the Discord channel. Direct link there as well. For those of you who are live, stay right there. Time for bonus time. All right. Favorite thing about today is what? No super chats today.
Cruising right along. This is good. I like the pace of the show. It moves. My favorite thing about today is, okay, so last night we all shuffled together to take Kylie back to the airport, bring the dog. I mean, it was like a big deal. I got a great picture of the three of them giving a big group hug with the dog on the sidewalk. I mean, it was great. Me and Jess felt like proud parents
Nice.
yesterday, but she had to get back because they moved games to today.
Oh.
And she was going to get off the plane, get a ride to school, and have to get her uniform on and get on a bus and take an hour or two bus ride or something. I'm like, boy, this is going to be a long day. Hope you're not in the lineup because you're going to be a little cranky. And a friend of the show, friend of mine, picked her up at the airport today.
Oh.
So it was one of those. My favorite thing about today was like, we got people. He said he was going to take her to the airport on Thursday night, whenever she came, whenever that was. Yeah, because she came on the show Friday. But the text this morning, so I'm the dad, right? Everybody comes home last night. She texts that she's through security. She's getting on the plane. And everybody just goes to sleep. And I'm like, that's my daughter on a plane. I can't comfortably sleep. Watched a movie. I watched 8 Men Out last night. Unbelievable movie. But just so good. Get the text this morning from my guy, John, who says, I checked her flight. You know, she's running a little bit late, but I got her. Don't worry about it. The sense of calm that you have, you know, and Kylie's never met John before. Oh, she met John once before when we were there for a tournament to play softball.
Mm-hmm.
But John picked her up and took her to his favorite, like, breakfast place, like to swing through and get her food. Wouldn't take no money. Said, I got it. You would do the same for me if my daughter was in Vegas. Absolutely, I would. So it was just one of those heartwarming moments that, like, my favorite thing. I said, John, you mean my favorite thing about today on the show today? You know, picking up my daughter, making sure she got to school. The games got rained out.
Oh.
I said to Kylie, go to sleep. At least you did a load of laundry while you were here. You ain't got nothing to do now. If you don't have practice, just go to sleep. Because at time change, but it messes you up when you go back. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm not even like when I'm going to the Central Time Zone on Friday, and I won't get off Pacific time.
No,
I'll keep myself on it.
Oh yes,
I'll keep myself on it. Like, my favorite thing about today for bonus time, Blue. I mean, look, I got caught this morning with a guy, an influencer here in Vegas, who there's been rumors of a lake being built, a beach being built in Vegas for a couple of months now, because it's the dream of Steve Wynn. He wanted to bulldoze the golf course and build a gigantic lake with a beach.
Yeah.
And so there's been rumors flying around that south of the Strip, down by South Point, that they were going to do it. Well, there's an influencer who has like 1 million followers, came out with an April Fool's joke that said it was done. A $1.5 billion beach was going to be built in the south part of the Strip. And I believed it for a good like 2 or 3 minutes, going like, this is going to be wild. And so it started
last week on the Twitter.
Well, that was different. That was a fake account. That wasn't an April Fool's, but it was an April Fool's joke. It wasn't real. So it's like people are taking time to produce content just to be able to say, haha, fuck off. Like, really? Like, it drives me because it's funny to, I don't know why. They think it's funny for them. I have no clue. But I hate this day. Because that reason, because it's like there are things that could be true, because there could be that being built in Vegas because of the super train being built. There's a lot of people talking about the idea of what they're going to build around the super train. That idea of having like a beach somewhere in Vegas with a gigantic lake being man-made lake being presented and built is out there. It's legit. So like you got something that's close enough. So you put it out there and then everyone's like, oh, it's done. It's happening. April Fools. Like, I can't. I just can't. So my
don't
favorite
get
thing about
it.
today is that today's done. That today's going away. That we won't tomorrow, April 2nd comes around, and we're all good. And we can start not worrying about what we can and cannot do. Clicks and retweets and lies and fake stories. Can't stand today.
JC from KC's favorite thing about today is the Pirates and Nationals nerfy today.
Combined, well, we already know.
It's done.
Oh,
It's over.
got there,
0-0,
right?
top
Nice.
of second. It already cashed.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I said at the beginning of the show, I don't get it. Never did.
I get it,
Tried
like with your kids. Like I get it, like you want to tease your kid or something, but like doing it in the public space as an adult on social media, I have no time for you.
Nah.
I have no time for you. I'm sorry. I really don't. I have no time to. If you think that's funny, you're the only one laughing. Sorry, it's stupid. We are back tomorrow, boys and girls, on a Tuesday. We'll get heavy into the baseball, into the NBA playoffs as well. So stick around coming up for that tomorrow. Back same time, same place. Matt and Dave here for a Tuesday's BBB.